Hello again and welcome to Module 4 on your quest for better time management. In this course, we're establishing a plan which is an acronym for the 4 fundamental principles for better time management. And so far, we've covered P, which stands for prioritize, which is most important to you in your personal life and your career. And then last session, we covered L in plan, which stands for leverage the time you know you have the most control over by matching it to your priorities. In this session, we're going to talk about the A in plan. This one principle alone can help you double or even triple your productivity without having to work more hours. So if you're ready, let me introduce you to insurance agent Lucky Haskins. Now, Lucky is a tall man, maybe 6'6", and his fighter engine red tie and starch white shirt appear flawless under his charcoal gray suit. In opposition to this crisp look, a toupee lays on top of his head, and this is the kind of toupee that needs adjusting every time he moves his head. Now, this might be awkward for some men, but for Lucky, it just seems natural. He's also a naval veteran, and most importantly, a cancer survivor, thus the name Lucky. And when we met Lucky at the local diner, he was high energy and full of smiles. A cancer survivor, Lucky's first statement to us about time was this, quote, "We all think we have forever to live, but you never know when you might get sick, become disabled, or even die. No one knows how much time they have left, which is why I believe time management is man's ultimate quest," unquote. And with Lucky's infectious attitude and success rate being a $1 million producer 12 years straight, he knows how to make the most of every moment. So when we asked Lucky how he managed to be so successful, he shared some informational gems with us. Lucky explained, there's a big difference between being busy and being productive. He clarified that being busy is the outputs and being productive is the outcomes, and these are not the same. So let me explain. Outputs are the actions you take to accomplish a task or a goal. And these are usually measured in the volume of work completed, such as the number of phone calls made, emails sent, meetings attended, materials distributed, and hours worked. While the outcomes are the results of those activities, such as the number of new appointments, prospects that become clients, and revenue generated. And to illustrate his point, Lucky compared Donald and Philip, 2 reps from his business development department. You see, last week, Donald attended 2 hours worth of company meetings. He made 18 phone calls, sent 109 emails to prospective clients, and mailed 50 brochures. Conversely, Philip attended the same 2 hours of meetings, made 25 calls to targeted clients, sent 15 follow-up emails to the people he left messages for, and he mailed 10 brochures to the people he talked to and that requested more information. Now, no doubt, Donald had a busy week of outputs, 167 items of general activity, but his outcomes or results were that he made just 1 appointment with a prospective client. Now, Philip, on the other hand, had fewer outputs, but they were 50 purposeful actions, and his outcome and results were that he made 5 new appointments and obtained 1 new client for the company. So we ask you, who made better use of their time? Now, with all the potential distractions we have, it could be phone calls, text messages, emails, social media posts, and the like, it's easy to get away from what we really want to accomplish. And this is supported by the University of California study that found that we get interrupted every 3 minutes at work. No wonder we have a hard time getting anything accomplished. Therefore, Lucky's next point will help you be 2 to 3 times more productive than your coworkers by creating blocks of time that you can use to focus on what really matters most. The concept is simple. Each morning, plan your most important activities that you want to accomplish for the day and create focus sessions to accomplish them. And then assign your most important activities to those focus sessions. The recommended time block or focus session is 45 minutes in length, thus the name, the 45-minute work hour. Now, this is based on research that shows that our maximum ability to stay focused is about 50 minutes. Therefore, focus sessions can range in duration from 45 minutes to 30 minutes to occasionally only 15 minutes. Then here's the best part. You reward yourself afterward with 5 to 10 minutes of freedom. Check your Facebook, sports, stock market, whatever. Here's how Lucky explained the power of focus sessions within our designated time blocks. Quote, by creating blocks of time, I can focus my actions on what is most important that day. Each morning, I plan 5 of the most important activities that I want to accomplish for the day and create focus sessions to accomplish them, unquote. Now, one thing we respect about Lucky is that he understands his limits, and so should you. There are some activities you might be able to do for 45 minutes, and other activities of intense focus might be long enough. Either way, the idea to create focus sessions during the time block will help you be more productive. To illustrate, let's return to Philip from earlier in the business development department. Now, the time Philip has the most control over is mornings between 8 and 10 o'clock. And he knows that the first hour is the best time to catch potential clients. So he has made it a habit to call them first. Next, he rewards his focus by taking a 10-minute coffee break. Now, keep in mind, Philip has already worked for an hour and focused on calling prospective clients while his coworkers have arrived at work, but most still have not started working. So when Philip returns to his desk, the next task is 30 minutes of responding to emails. Again, he focuses on the task at hand. When he finished, he rewards himself by checking sports online for 5 minutes. Now, in the afternoon, he does not have designated time blocks because he understands that it is most likely the time he will receive visitors or calls from clients. This does not mean that he didn't do any work during this time. Philip just did less important activities so that if he was interrupted, he would still be productive. So now comes the question, how do you decide what to do during your focus sessions and for how long? The answer is simple. Number 1, based on your priority, what is the best use of your time right now? Number 2, how long can you maintain an intense focus on doing this activity? And number 3, what is your goal or objective for that focus session? Now, if you can answer all 3 of these questions, you will see your productivity will significantly increase. So now back to Lucky. He is an optimist, yet he's a realist. He starts each day with a plan and a goal for how he's going to use his time, but he acknowledges that there are days that things rarely go as planned. He does not get discouraged when things don't go as planned because he accounts for this in his plan. Here's what he had to say. Quote, even if I have a day when my focus sessions do not go as planned, I just get right back to it the following day. Ever since I started using the 45-minute work hour, my productivity has gone through the roof. But don't worry, I have insurance for that. Then he roared with laughter and said, get it? Through the roof, unquote. You know, Lucky, we get it. We recognize that you're a time management genius. So again, here is Lucky's secret to success. Number 1, he schedules larger time blocks, 45-minute work hours, when he has the most control for his most important activities of the day. Number 2, he plans 15-minute time blocks during the times when he is more likely to be interrupted by client callbacks, visits, etc. Number 3, he rewards himself after each focus session by getting coffee or checking social media. And 4, when this does not work, he gets right back to it the following day. So here's today's assignment. Take your most important activities for today, tomorrow, this week, and assign time blocks of 45, 30, or 15 minutes where you can focus on just that activity. Now, you might want to start with smaller time blocks to get used to the concept, and then you can expand the minutes as you get better at focusing. And just as important, reward yourself with a walk, a coffee break, or a few minutes to check social media or sports. So far in our plan for better time management, we have P, which stands for prioritize, which is most important to you in your personal life and your career. And then L, identify and leverage the time you have the most control over. And then today we talk about A, which stands for assign your day's most important activities to a time block for focusing and give yourself a brief reward afterwards. Now, in our last session, you'll meet Jim Foster, one of the area's top real estate agents, who has 4 children and yet still manages to work from home with minimal interruptions. Jim will teach you one of the golden nuggets of this course, how to get people to respect how you are using your time. Until then, be productive and make the most of your opportunities.